Unfortunately, due to neck injuries, I can no longer perform as an in-ring competitor.
Tony Khan has achieved the impossible. A feat more difficult than getting Jon Moxley to not bleed during a match, or getting Karrion Kross over with literally any audience. Because Tony Khan has found a doctor that will clear Saraya to wrestle. As you all know, this past Wednesday, we saw Saraya square up with Britt Baker, so it kind of tipped everybody off that AEW had found a doctor crooked enough to clear her. Probably the same doctor who cleared Ric Flair. And as we all know, he was fine. He was fine.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
That's right. Tony Khan went through literally every doctor in town. He hit up Dr. Isaac Yankem. He hit up Dr. Britt Baker, TMZ. Hell, he hit up Dr. Oz, and not even his standards were low enough to clear Saraya. But then Tony Khan struck gold. Called up the guy that was pumping CM Punk full of Z-Packs back in the day, and totally missed the fact that he had a concussion, and he cleared Saraya. And I'm actually not surprised he found a doctor to clear her. My uncle Chewy is a doctor down in Mexico, and he'll clear anybody for $37. Here's a joke for you. Do you know what they call the person who graduates last in their med school class? Doctor.
FBI, open up!
In the criminal justice system, comedy-based offenses are considered especially heinous. The dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Shit-Tier Comedians Unit. These are their stories.
AEW's doctor. This is the same dude that cleared Matt Hardy to finish his match against Sammy Guevara after he splattered his brain all over the pavement. The doctor just watched Matt Hardy fall from like 15 feet in the air, land right on the back of his head. And this guy's first opinion as a doctor was to go,
"'Tis but a scratch."
When somebody falls on the back of their head that hard, most physicians would tell you the first priority is not to move them. Leave them in the exact same spot they are until, the emergency staff can kind of lock them in a position, make sure there's not more damage done to the person's neck. But instead, AEW's doctor was like, "You're good, man. You could take a couple more table spots if you want. There's a 30-foot ladder over there. How about you jump off of that next?" I fear for Saraya. Look at what happened to Ruby Soho a couple months ago. It's match with Sammy and Tay Malo just dropped her right on her neck. And right now she's out with an injury. Look at the chill girl, Julia Hart. She took a nasty bump at AEW Grand Slam where she completely missed the table she was supposed to, Pepsi plunge onto, and just landed smack dab on the back of her head, almost hit the railing, which would have absolutely eviscerated her vertebrae. AEW's out here, competing with the Miami Dolphins to see who can paralyze one of their athletes first. If Saraya had taken that exact same bump, Paige is a goner. I'm sorry, Saraya. Paige is a registered trademark of World Wrestling Entertainment. I'm happy Saraya finally has a boss that listens to her, but that's not always a good thing. Sometimes you don't need a boss that listens to you. You need a boss that will tell you, that sounds stupid as fuck, so let's not do that. How about that? How about we don't have you, jump off a ladder and land neck first on a steel chair to pop a rating? You really think Triple H is out there, running the office? Like, what'd be great is whatever happened to that guy, Jeff Hardy? He's still around? Why don't we have him just jump off of some shit this week? Tony Khan said he's got his eyes on, the Booker of the Year award. Well, he's on track to win the most sued Booker of the Year.
FBI, open up!
Saraya wrestling in AEW makes 0 sense if WWE had cleared her to wrestle. So at the very least, we know her health wasn't up to WWE medical standards.
Paige here.
Yes, I did hear about the new SRS report claiming that Saraya got 3 extensive health checks and that she turned down WWE to wrestle and went to AEW instead. Little issue with that is it makes literally 0 sense considering what Saraya herself said on her Twitch. She stated herself just a week ago that she never had any communication with WWE about having a match or being in the ring in any capacity. But now all of a sudden, she's been ready to go this whole time, and it's evil Vince McMahon didn't want to do it. Nobody truly knows what's going on here except for her and maybe Tony Khan. But at the very least, it's pretty obvious that Saraya is a little bit of an unreliable narrator. She's out here retconning the story harder than J.K. Rowling retroactively putting Hermione in a wheelchair, which, by the way, she might end up in if they let her anywhere near Sammy Guevara and Tay Mello.
Your name rhymes.
Bitch!
If Saraya, was able to be cleared by WWE doctors, she'd be in WWE, especially with Triple H running the joint. So that pretty much tells you everything you need to know. Saraya would be main eventing WrestleMania against Becky Lynch, not wrestling Britt Baker on a sinking ship. Hey, that's pretty much it. And we'll see what happens, and we'll talk to you soon, you Jobbing Jabronis.